What's going on, guys? So, as I was thinking through this next segment, I talked about, what is Adámas. Now, I want, a little bit longer talk about something that's extremely important is worth and value. And I think, from our worth and value, we begin to get our perspective. There is a statement out there that talks about another man, what's one man's treasure is another man's trash, or whatever. Somebody else is putting different value on certain things, and other people putting that don't put value on certain things. There's a lot of things that we put value on, and I want to really ask you a question: is what is your definition of worth and value, and what are you putting your time and resources into? Because I determined that value and worth is something that requires significant time, energy, and resources, and because it's about the quality and significance of the things that are worth value to us. There are many things in life that we attach importance to, like houses, jewelry, jobs, clothes, and much more. But I think sadly, people don't see themselves as anything of value and worth. They see themselves as worthless. That some people do that. When that takes place, they begin to start just searching for other things to feel significant, and even people will be mistreated and abused. And some people will remain in abusive situations. They believe that they don't deserve anything based on what they're experiencing, nothing greater than what they're experiencing. So they never see that they're really of value and worth. And it's really from their perspective, it's from their paradigm. However, if you can imagine for a moment that people are like diamonds buried beneath the layers of rock and dirt and sediment, unable to recognize who they really are, unable to realize that they are something of value and worth. Like a diamond inside the earth, individuals become familiar with their environment. Much like a diamond, they feel that there is nothing to be done but remain buried. However, if you can imagine for a moment like a diamond, you hear trembling in the distance that you never heard before. The earth begins to move ever so slightly around you. The situation and circumstances begin to change, and you begin to see, like the diamond, that there's a glimpse of light. But unaware of the significance of light, you choose to keep your eyes closed, so that light is truth. And for fear of the unknown and fear of the unfamiliarity, but the truth begins to break through the layers of dirt, hurt, and pain, and ushers in a warmth that begins to awaken something different and unfamiliar, but welcoming. You, like the diamond, start to notice something very particular. As the light of truth about who you are you become more comfortable with that, and it brings that warmth. You begin to open your eyes to the real possibility of transformation and how you see yourself. You start to see there is value and worth in who you are. You notice that every angle of truth comes in like a light beaming through the diamond, which reveals like beautiful colors. If you ever been to a jeweler before and you looked at a diamond in the light, you see these wonderful and beautiful colors like a rainbow. And I think that's what happens when we allow truth to come in about who we are versus who we believe we are. It starts revealing some beautiful colors in our life. Now, I want you to imagine that this is actually possible for you. I know that some have heard the statement and accept what I said as truth, and there's others that just aren't convinced that they will ever be something of value and worth, because diamonds are of value and worth. We see that because people put it in their earrings. Women have big diamond rings. Some guy may have a necklace with like gold and diamonds in it. It's just diamonds are something really important, is a worth, and some people don't really see themselves as being something of worth that someone would pay that much for. But when you're unable to see that your value and worth in life, it changes your perspective. But I encourage you, let's start to change that perspective to say you can see that. And I'm not talking about a prideful image. I'm suggesting that an image that concerning yourself must come from a place of value and worth. There's no other way to see yourself. If you're seeing yourself in any other way, but from a place of value and worth, it is wrong. I want to kind of drive that home. Any idea or any vision that you have that is not about producing life in you, it's wrong. Not only is it wrong, it's very dangerous, because if we view ourselves as something of not worth or value, we begin to live in this restrictive state of mind that prevents us from actually being who we are called to be. You can have thoughts like always pouring into your mind that, man, I can't be that. But I tell you, you can. Don't let the thought come in your mind now and say that, hey, man, that guy's assessment of me is incorrect. I would tell you that is not incorrect. My assessment is exposing the lie that you believed. Don't let this doubt and unbelief begin to overwhelm or set in a mind block in who you are. You have to move past the mind block, and we need to get over that and get through that and see who we really are. I'm not saying that difficult situations won't happen and that bad things didn't happen to you. But what I am suggesting is that don't stay there, because you are of great worth and value. I want you to believe that, because that's the truth. There's an ancient scripture in the Bible in Jeremiah 29:11, and Jeremiah hears from God, and he talks about the plans that God has for Jeremiah and the children of Israel. And Jeremiah writes these things down, and there are plans of blessing to take care of them. And I think that plan can happen for you in life. Like, how we think can transform our lives. If we don't think the right thoughts, it will cause us to stop, like hitting a brick wall. I encourage you today, begin to see that you are a person of value and worth. Let's shift your paradigm. Let's take those type of glasses that you're looking through off and put on some new set of lenses and start to see that your life is worth living, that you have purpose and direction in life. Let the light of this truth hit you today, and so that you become truly invincible. That's what Adámas is about. Adámas is that diamond, man. We are underneath the dirt, the hurt and pain, and the truth that I'm saying right now is exposing every aspect of that lie. And now you got life and truth coming in and saying that I'm a person of truth, of value and worth. I want to leave you guys with that. You guys have an awesome time. Let's continue to forge.